चंचल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
गौरव अध्यक्ष स्पीकर महोदय गौरव सभ्युलारा राष्ट्र समग्र अभिवृद्धि की मरियु प्रजल चिरिकाल आकांक्षलुनु सत्वरमे नेरवेर्चु कोन्नुनु तरुणंलो नेडु ई समावेशंलो जरुगुतुन्नायि। I am extremely happy to address this joint session of the Telangana legislature with a hope that your deliberations will be productive and fruitful during this budget session of 2016-17. Telangana, the youngest state of India, has emerged amidst a lot of hopes for its citizens to usher in a new era of growth and development. Over the past 21 months, I have seen the strength, resilience and commitment of my government to address the needs of the people of Telangana. The budget is a roadmap to the future. My government has prepared this year's budget after a detailed and meticulous exercise to ensure that the state's resources are effectively utilized to address the needs of the people of Telangana and fulfill their aspirations. It gives me immense pleasure to initiate the vision and achievements of the state of Telangana, which has completed 21 months of its journey on a successful note. The innovative policies and programs formulated and implemented by my government are attracting national and international attention. I am happy to state that my government has successfully resolved the interstate issues on sharing of Godavari river water with Maharashtra by signing a historic agreement between the two states. In the context of bitter and protracted disputes on sharing of interstate river waters, the pragmatic vision and statesmanship evinced by my government is indeed laudable and a model for other states to emulate. This augurs well for optimizing the use of water resources to harness it for the prosperity of all in the state. In the second financial year, my government created a record by endorsing an annual budget of more than 1,15,000 crore rupees for the fiscal 2015-16, with a plan allocation of more than 52,000 crore. Under this, the per capita plan allocation has almost doubled compared to the financial year 2013-14 in the combined state. This by itself is a testimony of the commitment of my government to significantly improve public spending for the development of the state. I am happy to inform that the state has made commendable progress in all sectors. The economy of the state is expected to grow at 11.7% in 2015-16 as per the advanced estimates of the gross state domestic product, as against the projected national growth of 8.6%. Telangana's GSDP is estimated to be rupees 5.83 lakh crore in 2015-16 at current prices, which marks an important milestone in the growth of the state economy. Although the primary sector involving agriculture and allied activities is likely to register a meager growth of 0.8% due to the adverse seasonal conditions in 2015-16, the secondary sector involving industries and manufacturing is likely to grow at 8.3%, and the service sector is likely to grow at 14.9% over the previous year. The per capita income is an important indicator of the standard of living of the people. As per the advanced estimates for 2015-16, the per capita income of the state at current prices is likely to increase to rupees 143023 from 129,182 in 2014-15 as compared to the national per capita income of 93,231. In the last 21 months, my government has identified priority needs of the people and apart from focusing on irrigation and power sectors, launched several flagship programs such as Mission Kakatiya, Mission Bhagiratha, and welfare schemes such as Asra pensions, revamped food security scheme, Kalyana Lakshmi, Shadi Mubarak, double bedroom housing for the poor, etc. My government strongly believes that delivery of all welfare programs up to the grassroots is possible only through a transparent administration and effective governance. Poverty has multiple effects besides impacting our economy. It corrodes our democracy. Inclusive growth, covering the poorest of poor from the most vulnerable and disadvantaged sections of our society, is the priority of my government. My government is providing financial assistance of Rs 51,000 to the needy SC, ST and minority communities, unmarried girls under the Kalyana Lakshmi and Shadi Mubarak scheme to alleviate financial distress at the time of marriage. So far, over 75,000 brides were benefited under these schemes. In tune with the philosophy of my government to strive for the upliftment of the backward classes and other economically backward sections, it is proposed to extend the scheme to these sections also. My government is also committed to the welfare of the minority communities and to improve their education standards. To achieve this, it is proposed to start 70 new residential schools for the minorities throughout the state. My government has taken several measures towards the welfare of women. Under the Arogya Lakshmi scheme, all pregnant and lactating mothers have been provided one full, hot-cooked, nutritious meal with boiled egg and 200 milligrams milk at all Anganwadi centers. Anganwadi workers and helpers have been rendering yeoman service to the poor, pregnant and lactating women and children. My government, after assessing their role and their problems, enhanced the honorarium to the Anganwadi workers and helpers substantially. My government has also taken steps to redress the long-pending demand of the outsourced employees by substantially enhancing their monthly wages. Action has already been initiated to regularize the contract employees as promised. As a part of social safety net strategy, my government has introduced Asra pension scheme with a view to ensure secure life with dignity for the poor, covering the vulnerable groups like widows, weavers, toddy tappers, old, aged, differently abled persons and AIDS patients, as well as monthly financial assistance to BD workers. Under all these schemes, over 35 lakh persons are being benefited in the state. My government has taken up development with a human face and prioritized food security to the eligible families to ensure that every eligible person is provided with 6 kilos rice per month without any ceiling for a family. My government is also providing Sanna BM to the students at all social welfare hostels and under a midday meal scheme in the schools, which is now proposed to be extended to college students also. My government has taken the bold and pioneering step to construct double bedroom houses for all eligible families without any beneficiary contribution, discarding the earlier model of single room houses so as to enable even a poor family to live with dignity and to secure the future of their children. For the first time in the country, such a unique housing scheme has been conceived, symbolizing the concern of my government for the poor to live with dignity. Already 60,000 houses were sanctioned across 10 districts and is planned to take up 2 BHK houses in the GHMC area and 1 lakh similar houses in other parts of the state during 2016-17. My government is committed to provide affordable and accessible health care to all citizens, particularly vulnerable sections. My government is also committed to strengthen, stabilize and consolidate the existing healthcare facilities by providing the required manpower, equipment and medicines so as to restore the faith of the public in government hospitals. Recently, a high-level delegation comprising the Honourable Minister for Health and Family Welfare and senior officers were deputed to Tamil Nadu to study the public health system, which is considered a national role model, and also to Sri Lanka to study the healthcare infrastructure development through public-private partnership. Drawing lessons from these models, my government proposes to initiate sweeping reforms to revamp the public healthcare sector in the state. During the last 6 decades, not a single new hospital was started in the state capital, despite tremendous increase in the number of patients. To redress the situation, my government intends to start 4 new super specialty hospitals at different locations in Hyderabad, to cater to the needs of the growing population of the state capital. The existing scheme of 108 is being strengthened by adding more vehicles with advanced life support equipment and also by integrating it with police and transport departments and trauma centers set up in the highways. My government has declared 2016 as the year of the newborn and has initiated several steps to reduce infant mortality rate in the state. IMR in Telangana has now come down from 39 to 28 per thousand live births, as against a national average of 40, which is a significant achievement after the formation of the state. I am happy to inform that Mission Indradhanush was launched to achieve universal immunization, and the state has achieved the distinction of best performance in the country in this regard. My government launched the Gram Jyoti program with an aim to empower and strengthen the Gram Panchayat for better delivery of services to people. Honoraria to the elected representatives at the grassroots level were enhanced. 7 functional committees were constituted in each Gram Panchayat, and the GPs prepared their village development plans through participatory approach. I am happy to take part in the Swachh Bharat, Swachh Hyderabad campaign along with the people's representatives and officials. Under this campaign, civic amenities worth Rs 200 crore were sanctioned as per the felt needs of the public and to improve garbage disposal. 2,500 auto trolleys and 44 lakh dustbins were distributed throughout the capital city of the state. My government is going to take up Swachh Bharat in big way in the days to come to make the state clean and green. My government attaches paramount importance to safeguard the interests of farmers who predominantly depend upon agriculture and allied activities. To ensure their well-being, my government has been implementing loan waiver scheme with a total package of Rs 17,500 crores that is being reimbursed through banks in a phased manner as per schedule, and 75% of this waiver will be completed by this year. Many other new initiatives are being implemented by my government to revamp the agriculture sector and various developmental as well as welfare schemes. The farm mechanization is one of the important initiatives taken by my government, wherein 50% of subsidy is being provided on farm machinery and equipment. Recognizing the importance of micro-irrigation, my government has extended the subsidy component from 1 hectare to 5 hectares to all categories of farmers. During 2015-16, nearly 40,000 hectares are additionally covered under the scheme. Poly-house cultivation of vegetables and flowers is encouraged by my government in a very big way by providing 75% subsidy to cater to the needs of the vegetables and flower growers and to enhance the productivity per unit area. For the first time in the country, to promote poly houses among the SC/ST farmers, 95% subsidy is being offered by my government, and the balance of 5% is also provided as assistance under the SC/SP/TSP funds. To promote procurement, storage, processing and marketing of horticulture products in the state, particularly the surrounding areas of Hyderabad, my government proposes to set up Telangana Horticulture Development Corporation. After the formation of the state, Sri Konda Lakshman Telangana State Horticulture University has been set up in Mulugu of Medak district. Telangana is endowed with a variety of fertile soils suitable for growing seeds, and with proper planning, the state has the potential to emerge as the seed bowl of India. Proactive policies have been taken up by my government for promotion of seed industry, support for developing post-harvesting facilities like seed processing plants, storage and transportation, and exploring additional export potential. Irrigation is the key to ensure prosperity for innumerable farmers in the state. In the combined state, most of the major irrigation projects proposed for Telangana remained only on paper, as these were embroiled in interstate disputes and forest clearance problems. My government is taking concerted steps to overcome these difficulties. In order to provide water to the fields of every farmer, my government is committed to enhance gross irrigated area up to 1 crore acres in a phased manner in the shortest possible time. Efficient use of water is another priority area identified for action by my government. Thus, the objective of water to the fields of every farmer is going to be the cornerstone for irrigation sector, with a view to address the suboptimal allotments of the past and to realign the needs of the people. All the projects were critically reviewed and had been redesigned wherever it was necessary. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Pranahita project, Kaleshwaram project, Sitaram, Bhaktaram Das lift irrigation project, Mallanna Sagar, Konda Pochamma Sagar projects are some of the examples of the re-engineered projects. Mission Kakatiya is another flagship program of my government, under which over 45,000 water bodies are planned to be rejuvenated in a phased manner. In the phase 1 of this mission, 8,200 tanks were taken up for restoration, and the work has already been completed on more than 6,000 tanks. Now works will be taken up on 9,000 tanks under phase 2. The policies implemented by my government under Mission Kakatiya have received widespread applause both nationally and internationally. My government has launched a massive drinking water supply scheme, Mission Bhagirath, to provide tapped water connection to each and every household in the state by utilizing surface water of perennial rivers and major reservoirs as a raw water source. This project is planned to draw water from these dependable and sustainable sources to supply to every home in Telangana 100 liters per capita per day of treated water in rural areas, 135 LPCD in municipal areas, and 150 LPCD in municipal corporation areas. Under this mission, it is targeted to ensure water supply to 6,100 villages and 12 municipalities by December 2016. This pioneering scheme has been commended by the Government of India for other states to emulate. Another key feature of this mission is that 10% of the water will be earmarked for industrial use to ensure the rapid growth of the industrial sector in the state. Further, by utilizing this scheme, broadband connectivity through fiber cables will be provided to each household in the state that will make Telangana the first state in the country to achieve this. I am happy to inform that the state, despite inheriting huge deficit in power sector, could ensure a regime of uninterrupted and quality availability of power throughout 2015-16. This turnaround of Telangana energy sector and significant improvement in power situation in the state has been one of the greatest success stories and a matter of pride for all of us. My government is committed to supplying 9 hours of power to agriculture sector during the coming year, and all arrangements in this regard are in place. Further, the government stands committed to ensure availability of uninterrupted power during 2016-17. My government also brought out its solar policy during the year, which is considered among the best in the country. In this regard, my government has undertaken an ambitious program to add additional capacity, including solar power, to take the total installed capacity in the state to 23,912 megawatts in the coming 3 years, to be not only completely self-reliant, but be able to meet the growing requirements of robust upcoming industries in the state. A total financial closure to the tune of Rs 91,500 crore has been already achieved for the state generating unit, TS Genco, Singareni College, NTPC and solar generating units. Land required for all the upcoming projects have been identified and necessary clearances are being put in place. Promotion of industrial development and employment generation in Telangana is one of the key strategies of my government. My government has unveiled a new industrial policy with the vision of research to innovation, innovation to industry, industry to prosperity, and that was applauded as the best in the world. As part of my government's investor-friendly initiative, TS iPass, Telangana State Industrial Project Approval and Self-Certification System, was introduced in the state, which has attracted investors and industries both nationally and globally. The key features of this TS iPass Act, applauded by all concerned, include time-bound clearances, online single common application form, online payment, transparent and accountable clearance process. It gives me great pleasure in informing that in a short span of less than 8 months since the launch of the policy, the state has accorded clearances to more than 100 units, including those belonging to reputed corporate groups. Specifically, in order to meet the growing demand in the aerospace and defense sector, my government has decided to set up 3 aerospace parks. Further, rapid progress has been made in finalizing the Pharma City, the one of its kind and the largest pharma park in the country for APIs and formulations. Likewise, Phase 1 of Medak National Investment and Manufacturing Zone is getting ready during the coming year. My government also plans to have the largest textile park and clusters in textile sector in Warangal. It is no wonder that based on the data of energy consumed in the year, the industry sector in the state is expected to grow at an impressive rate of 11% during 2015-16, which puts Telangana in the league of fastest growing industrialized states. What makes it even more impressive is the fact that this growth is on an existing large industrial and manufacturing base. As a result of the proactive initiatives taken by my government, I have no doubt that Telangana will emerge as the most favored industrial destination in the country. My government has considered a unique ICT policy to make Telangana the most preferred investment destination for technology and electronic manufacturing in the country, in consultation with various verticals of ICT sector and industry associations. Attracted by the proactive initiatives and policies of my government, many global IT giants have chosen Hyderabad as the investment destination. I am happy to inform that very soon the 4 topmost IT companies in the world will set up large development centers outside of USA in Hyderabad, which is a glowing tribute to the proactive initiatives of my government. The IT sector contributes substantially to the state GSDP and to the employment. The state has recorded huge exports of rupees 68,258 crore through 1,300 IT units, including 500 global companies. This marks an impressive growth of 16%, which is the highest in the country. My government has launched a T-Hub, the largest startup incubator in the country, located at Gachibowli, which is applauded by the captains of industry as reflecting the new face of India. T-Hub is a unique public-private partnership between my government and premier national academic institutions such as IIIT, Hyderabad ISB, and NALSA. It aims to unleash the latent entrepreneurial spirit among the new age youth, thereby driving job growth and wealth creation. My government is committed to improve the academic standards of all education institutions, particularly those offering professional, technical, and vocational courses such as ITIs and polytechnics. My government is taking several steps to promote skill development among the educated youth so as to make them employable in the industrial sector through the Telangana State Skill Development Mission. As an example of this, the Telangana Academy for Skills and Knowledge task aims to create skill sets in our students such that they become industry ready immediately after completing their professional studies. I am happy to state that out of the 75,000 engineering students who will graduate this year, close to 40,000 have been skilled by task. Systematic development of road network is one of the important prerequisites for development and acceleration of socio-economic growth. In order to improve road connectivity in Telangana, my government has launched an ambitious program to provide 4-lane connectivity to all district headquarters from the state capital and 2-lane roads to all mandal headquarters from district headquarters, with a total road length covering 15,000 kilometers, including 358 new bridges. Due to the concerted efforts, my government would succeed in converting 1,650 kilometers of state highways to national highways, marking an all-time high in this regard. I am happy to inform that my government has taken several steps to strengthen Telangana State Road Transport Corporation in order to provide better services to the public. My government has given high priority to maintenance of law and order and has taken several steps for modernization of the police force. As a part of my government's commitment for providing high standards of safety and security to all residents of the state capital, it is proposed to install 1 lakh CCTV cameras in Hyderabad under the Public Safety Measures Enforcement Act. The world-class Police Command Control Center to be set up in Hyderabad will have facilities for centralized monitoring of these CCTV cameras through data analytics. It is well known that technology acts as a force multiplier in policing. The proposed Command Control Center will be a technology fusion center, integrating technology of all the verticals of policing, in addition to technology of other departments relevant for achieving the objectives of transforming Hyderabad into a safe and smart city. There has already been a substantial reduction of 14% in overall crime in Hyderabad city during the year 2015 when compared to the year 2014. With the recent measures taken by the government, the crime rate is expected to come down further and enhance a sense of safety and security among the citizens in Hyderabad and other parts of the state. My government has introduced she teams of police force to prevent harassment of women and eve-teasing in Hyderabad and Cyberabad areas, which helped in reducing the crimes against women. My government is planning to extend the scheme to all the districts. By implementation of these innovative policies and schemes, my government is striving hard to usher in an era of unprecedented prosperity for all in the state and is targeting to achieve a growth of 15% in the GSDP in 2016-17 to make Telangana the #1 state in the country. Our legislature is the sanctum sanctorum of democracy. The people of Telangana, particularly the poorest of the poor, in remotest areas, have reposed unflinching faith in this institution for fulfillment of their hopes and expectations. My government will constantly endeavour for smooth conduct of legislative business and enactment of progressive laws in the legislature that reflect the will and aspirations of the people. I urge all the elected people's representatives to discharge their solemn responsibilities in a spirit of mutual cooperation. By channelizing the patriotic energies of every citizen, we can collectively work towards building a Bangaru Telangana. చివరిగా ప్రజాప్రతినిధులందరికీ అంకిత భావంతో ఆచరణాత్మకమైన కార్యక్రమాల్లో చురుకుగా పాల్గొని అందరికీ మార్గదర్శకులుగా నిలవాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాను. జై హింద్.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
తెలంగాణ శాసనసభ సమావేశాలు నేటితో ప్రారంభమయ్యాయి. ఉభయ సభల్ని శాసనమండలి, శాసనసభ సభ్యులు ఉద్దేశించి గవర్నర్ నరసింహన్ ప్రసంగించారు. తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర సమ్మిళిత అభివృద్ధి కోసం, ప్రజల సంక్షేమం కోసం ప్రభుత్వం చేపట్టిన వివిధ పథకాలు, చేస్తున్న ప్రయత్నాలు, అదేవిధంగా భవిష్యత్తులో చేపట్టబోయే పథకాలు, భవిష్యత్తులో తీసుకోబోయే చర్యల గురించి కూడా ఆయన వివరించారు. మొత్తానికి గ్రోత్ రేట్ అయితే 11.76% ఆయన ఉండొచ్చని చెప్పారు, వివరించారు. జాతీయ అభివృద్ధి రేటు కన్నా ఇది 4% ఎక్కువ కావడం విశేషం, అంచనాలు ఆ విధంగా ఉన్నాయి. మరోవైపు ట్రాన్స్పరెన్సీ అండ్ ఎఫిషియన్సీ, పారదర్శకత, సమర్థమైనటువంటి పరిపాలన ద్వారా గ్రాస్ రూట్స్ లెవెల్ దాకా ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి అభివృద్ధి ఫలాలు చేరే విధంగా ప్రభుత్వం ప్రయత్నిస్తుందని కూడా అని చెప్పారు. 14వ తేదీన బడ్జెట్ ప్రవేశపెట్టబోతున్నారు. మొత్తం తెలంగాణ శాసనసభ